Greetings, folks. What I'm going to talk about today is an issue I've discussed broadly in the past, but I felt compelled to give you deeper reasons as to why it affects me personally. So the subject of today's video is reasons why I'm not more aggressively vocal about disability activism. Even though living with quadriplegic cerebral palsy affects nearly every aspect of my daily life. The reason I don't consider myself an activist is not because I'm afraid to share my opinion on things. If that were the case, I wouldn't be making videos, nor would I. It's also not because I haven't experienced problems directly tied to my disability. I have experienced legitimate workplace discrimination in my life, specifically because I am wheelchair bound. I've also been called every insensitive and insulting thing you can imagine, from cripple and retard to spastic, and my personal pet hate, special, because special is the most patronizing one of all. So the reason why I don't see myself as an activist is that it's been my experience that, regrettably, in any activist cause for a minority group, the people in charge often tend to be the loudest, the most unreasonable, and frankly, the most stupid. Often, and especially in the modern era, activism is dominated by people who can be most accurately described as cry bullies. People who claim to stand for a cause, but only do so insofar as it gives them the power to dictate the behavior and actions of others. And I've experienced this firsthand, because if you, as a disabled person, step out of line with these activists, no matter that they are claiming to support your rights or your needs, if you go off script, they will quickly turn on you like a pack of rabid wolverines. And I don't think that to manipulate people's emotions and make them feel bad simply for existing is the proper way to solve problems in life. So I simply don't associate with those types. And it's my view that a lot more can be solved through open and honest dialogue. But so many activists today don't actually seem to want to talk. They seem far more interested in coming off as morally superior to those around them. And that just isn't my bag. Another thing that annoys me about activism today is the fact that so many disability activists claim that they don't need to change and that the world should simply be changed to suit them. They claim that there is no normal and disabled people should be allowed to exist in every way that physically normal people do without having to make any effort on their own part. There's something I want to get clear for you right now. Anyone who tells you that they're happy to be disabled and they don't wish they were normal is lying, either to you or more probably to themselves. Anyone claiming that normal doesn't exist is selling you the biggest heap of horseshit I've heard since the argument that real communism has never been tried. If I could take a pill or get some miracle treatment which would allow me the ability to walk and live as a normal person tomorrow, you can be damn sure I'd take it. I'm under no illusions of how disability isolates me from the rest of the world. It causes me a great deal of emotional turmoil on a daily basis. I'm just not self-centered or solipsistic enough to think that the entire world should change to suit me. And that, in a nutshell, is why I hope to never be counted among the ranks of the activists. Before I go, I'd just like to take care of some channel housekeeping. Some of you may have heard by now that Jordan Peterson's free speech alternative to the funding platform Patreon, which I currently use, is nearing its launch date. The last I heard, it's scheduled to go live in August, and once it does, I will firstly investigate as to whether it can be used by someone in South Africa like me, and if it can, I will open an account there. However, I will also be keeping my Patreon account active simply for the ease of my patrons. So once that's all set up, you can choose where you'd like to support me. I know that the free speech extremists among you would probably prefer that I abandon Patreon altogether, but I don't make much money, and pulling that from the platform for ideological reasons doesn't serve much purpose, as they wouldn't even notice. And I don't want to cause my patrons any more aggravation than is necessary, because that money at the beginning of every month really does help, and I truly appreciate it. I know that I don't have the highest production values, and I can't give you fancy visual editing, but I sincerely do hope that you get something out of these videos and you feel that it is worth both your time and your money. For now, farewell.